I got you. All right, we
Okay.
got Coach Jeff Kent from Valdosta, the school that has the most wins in the state of Georgia all time. Coach, have at it.
All right, let's get rocking and rolling. I'm gonna touch on a little bit of what Coach talked about. I'm gonna share my screen here. Let's see. All right, it should be rock and rolling. Can y'all see that, Coach?
Yeah, we got it. Coach.
Okay. All right, so let's talk about some inclement weather plans. And Thursday PTG scripts for us or play the game scripts. All right, I know Coach before me talked about that. I'll get a little more in detail with it with the time I have. Let's talk about inclement weather plans and Thursday PTG scripts. With the inclement weather plans, one thing that we do that kind of helps us out to be prepared is we always have templates. So we'll make our practice templates at the beginning of the year. I'll pull those up in just a minute and share those with you. But we'll make our practice templates at the beginning of the year. In the summer, we always sit down and go through with that and create our templates for every day of the week. And what that does for us is it allows us to be able to build in anything that we need to do, see what what we need to work on that week as far as opponent. And I'm trying to pull this up. Give me 1 second, Coach. There we go. Can y'all see the practice templates right here?
We can't see you, Coach. We can't see. You're not sharing that part. You might have to share again. Just hit share screen. Share that screen.
Not real good with the Zoom thing. Let's see. Okay, here we go. All right, so this is practice templates for us. This is our Sunday through Monday practice templates, and we make these during the summer so that we can have it built in. Like I said, and all we have to do is go in and plug in what we need that week versus opponent. On our practice schedules, we always put up at the top. All right, right here we have all the activities that's going on. That's for staff. All right, so that when you pass it out at the end of the day, our coaches can stay on task with everything that's going on. When we come in early, we'll always have this prepared for our position coaches. They come in and they get it. Now they can see what's going on throughout the whole day. This day right here for us was a Sunday. Sunday, we staff meet at 1. Treatment starts at 2. Team meeting starts at 3. Head coach, Coach Felton, addresses the team at 3. Sometimes that's over, 15 minutes. Should be 30 minutes. Depends on how the week went, how that Friday night game was. Then we'll get into our special teams meeting, and that usually lasts somewhere around 20 minutes. And O&D will meet. We hit O&D meet on Sundays. We usually wrap up the game from Friday, and we talk about the opponent. We do a presentation for the opponent, and then we'll jump into a walkthrough. We get done with that walkthrough. All right, then we'll head to the weight room and we start our lift for Sunday. Our practice schedule, though, all right, a Sunday practice schedule for us is real simple. When we go out, we're going to start with special teams. We usually start our practice with a kick specialty period. On Sundays, we don't start with kick specialty period. When we hit the grass, we're jumping right into special teams. We're coming from the weight room. So coming from the weight room, our guys are already warm. There's no point in warming up. We just jump boom straight into special teams. Special teams usually last about 10 minutes. Then we get a little quick indie period just to get them back rolling, get them back into a defensive mindset, offensive mindset, leading from that special teams. And then we'll head into team split. Team split right there, you'll see you got periods 5 through 12. All team split for us is on Sundays. From a defensive standpoint, what I do is I try to work my gimmick. So anything that we're going to see from opponent that's a gimmick, it's a onesie formation, or it's your Exxon sets, anything you're getting that they're not living and dying by, but you may see 2 or 3 times on Friday night where they're trying to take a shot at you. We go ahead and get all those gimmick formations in all of our alerts and checks for it. That way, throughout the week, we can add it into the script, and we already have the alert and check set for it. Let's go on and talk about Monday. All right, so a Monday practice schedule for us, okay? All right, so Monday, same thing. Our guys are in locker at 3:30. Okay, we get tape. Our skill guys will get tape. Team meeting starts at 3:50. That's usually about a 10-minute meeting. When we meet, it's basically all we're doing is kind of recapping Sunday, going back through alerts and checks. For us, with that 10-minute, it's got to be real quick. We want to stay on schedule. So for that period, we already have a presentation set up. We'll go in there and meet as a full unit. We go through it. We'll bang out all the alerts and checks for the day, top formations, top plays they're going to see, anything that we want to present on Monday. Monday's a real physical day for us. Tuesday's a real physical day for us. What that allows us to do is with our Monday and our Tuesday script, when we want to build in an inclement weather plan, let me get to it here. All right. We want to build in an inclement weather plan. We already have it set up. I can't click on the tab. I'm sorry, Coach. All right, let's keep rock and rolling. I'll show the inclement template later. I can share it with everybody if they need it. But we always have an inclement weather plan built in, all right, that's going to be married to that Monday and Tuesday schedule. All right, and with that Monday and Tuesday schedule, all we just head in and we just plug in all of our, there it is right there, boom, okay, inclement weather. All right, so all we do is we go in and plug in. So we make it easy, we make it married to the Monday schedule. We'll come in. Now, you got to look at facilities, okay, so let's go back and jump to beginning here. All right, whenever you're talking about inclement weather plan, what we'd like to do is plan ahead with it. All right, and we'll go ahead and try to set up all of our, go ahead and try to set up where we can be at with our facilities. So we'd want to know what facilities are available. And we try to do that during the summer. So during the summer, we always get with other head coaches and we get with them. We talk about, hey, what's your plan during the fall? If it's fall sport, you know, like our wrestling's not going to start until later in the year down here. Basketball is going to start cranking up, you know, about September, they're going to start cranking up. So we got to know, can we get the gym? You know, is the cheer room going to be available? Is the restroom going to be available? We try to go ahead and plan that ahead in the summer. And obviously you got to go through athletic director and administrators. But what we do is we'll get everything set up to where we know throughout the week, all right, Monday is going to be a day where cheerleading is going to be practicing in the wrestling room, or hey, Tuesday is going to be, you know, basketball is going to have this on Tuesday, et cetera. So we get that master schedule from an administrator. Now we can build it in to where we know, all right, boom, Monday hits, well, we're not going to be able to go to the gym. So, hey, we got to have a plan. We need to head to the wrestling room or go to the middle school gym, things like that. The more you plan ahead with it, the less time you're going to spend sitting in a staff room or getting called out of class and sitting and talking to a head coach about trying to come up with a plan of, hey, where can we practice at? We got, you know, terrible rain and the field's not going to be ready to practice, even if it does stop raining. If you already have that built in during the summertime, now when that happens, that you already know where you're going to be going, you know, and we have that set up to where it's on our Google Drive where all coaches can pull it up at any moment, see the inclement weather plan and know Monday, these are the facilities available. Tuesday, these are the facilities available, et cetera. That way, when it does happen, you're not wasting time. Okay. All right. Now with it, keeping the tempo of the practice the same, even though you're inside, we like to keep it the same. So you got to know, what can I be efficient at with the facility I'm using? If I'm using the gym, all right, well, there's no point in using the gym and sitting there and trying to do a 7-on-7 period. Okay. There's just not enough space. It's not realistic enough. So can we get more out of simulating inside run? Can we get more out of simulating, you know, just a formation check period for our offense? You know, they're not going to be able to throw the ball in a gym. So what are they going to be efficient with? What can they do to make sure that what they're doing is going to be, you know, efficient during that time? All right. Maybe that'll help right there. Okay. All right. So moving on from that, if nobody has any questions about the practice scripts, and I can pull practice scripts up, y'all just tell me. I know we're running behind, so I'm trying to be as fast as I can here. Y'all stop me anytime you want to talk about something. All right, so let's move on. Let's talk about, nobody has any questions, we'll move on. We'll talk about PTG, okay? So play the game script, all right? So for us, when we're doing play the game script, okay, now that we built that in Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. By Wednesday, we have our script that we're going to use, all right? And that script that we're going to use by Wednesday is the same thing we're going to use Thursday. It's the same script that we're going to use Friday for our walkthroughs. And when we build it in, all right, we want to have it as much game-like as possible, okay? Now to start all of our Thursday or start our Wednesday practice, to start our Thursday practice, we're going to have an alert and check period. We're going to have an alert and check film period. And what that does for us is we go through it with our kids. We talk about, you know, we always have a theme for the day or for the week who we're playing. You know, this was a Final Four game for us, or this was a semifinal. I'm sorry, this was a quarterfinals, third round game for us in 2020. And they had not gotten out of the third round in several years. So for us, it was, to win something you never won, you got to be willing to do something you never done. Talking about being the 1%. In order to become the 1%, you got to be able to do what the other 99% won't do. We get into it, we start the formation. So what we do is we have our guys, we're in a classroom, sit in the classroom. You got D-line sitting up front. We have the linebacker sitting behind them. We have our secondary behind them lined up with the desk like we would be lined up in our 3-4 defense, or we're in our 4-2. We have our personnel guys sitting on the side like it's a sideline. We try to simulate that classroom like it's a football field. And then we pull up the diagram. So as soon as the diagram pops up, this will be the first diagram for us. When it pops up, our guys immediately, as soon as they see it, they got to make their call. So they're making their check. Hey, check palm.
I don't think we can see it. I don't think we can see it.
You can't see it?
No.
All right,
just now, I mean, we could see a few minutes ago what you were doing, but not. We still got the Chrome, the Google Chrome thing up.
All right, I'm working on it right now.
Yeah, no problem.
This Wi-Fi is being slow, Code. I'm sorry. And background knows.
Oh, no problem. No problem.
We stopped by the hotel so that we could connect to some good Wi-Fi. We were having a road trip today.
Oh, I hear you. Dang, Coach. I appreciate you taking the time. Don't worry about that. There you go. I mean, you can just keep talking like this screen if you need to about it. I understood what you were saying. We just couldn't see what you were pointing at.
What about now? Can you see it now?
Yes. Yes. We can see the huddle stuff. Yeah. Perfect.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we're on diagram right here. So this would be our first diagram that we would pop up. And what we do is it's scripted also. This would be a 1st and 10 for us. And this is what we assumed they were going to start the game with. That's the way we build our script. We try to build it what we're anticipating the flow of the game is going to be like. So our first diagram pops up. As soon as it pops up, our guys are sitting there in the classroom. Our safeties are making their checks. Safeties are making the checks. Linebackers are making the checks up front, calling how we're going to move the D-line. Right here, we're staying in a base set. We're checking solid. Our end will be set right there in a 4 technique. Our jack's going to walk down to the tight end. That's how we played Carrollton in 2020. So when we go through this, can you help me out with that, please? So we'll go through this. So then we'll get the set to a jumbo full house set here. So our second diagram, when it pops up, same thing. So we're going to rattle through the whole diagrams. As soon as it pops up, there's nobody talking. I'm up there, I'm pressing it. Boom. As soon as I press next, it pops up. All our guys are making their checks. Linebackers making calls, adjusting the front. Secondaries making adjustments, calling the coverage. We built this in. This was not a play that they ran, but we built it in. We always are going to throw our gimmicks in and throw our tricks into the set or into our script and try to attack them early. And again, now we do this in the week. I don't want to get to a Wednesday or a Thursday, all right, and have a trick built in and then make my kids not confident in what's going on. So we're going to hit them with that early in the week. That way, when it happens on Wednesday or Thursday, they're already prepared for it and know it's coming and, can make the right call to it. The more confidence we can build Wednesday and Thursday, the better off we're going to be. We don't like to go into a Wednesday or Thursday and try to, throw in something crazy and see how the kids line up to it and give them problems, and then create any kind of, we want to be as confident as possible. So, but now that's not saying that we don't throw crazy stuff at them. I put plenty of crazy stuff into the scripts early into the week. Even if a team's not empty, we're still going to have an empty check built in. Even if a team's not show heavy sets, we're still going to work our Hippo 60 package and get ready for heavy sets. Same thing here. Okay. So now we're going to work a trade. This was a trade that Carrollton did. They go to a full house set. Then boom, they shift out to empty. So our empty check that week was check 10, check 10. Okay. We needed to know where 11 and 12 were at. 11 and 12 were their better receivers. 11 and 12 were in the game and they put them into the backfield. We knew what was coming. They wanted us to check into our full house set, which was Harley Blue for us. Harley Blue is just a 5-2 look. We'll get into a 5-2 and we'll play cover 1. They knew we were going to do that when they loaded the box, but we were already ready 12 and 11 in the backfield. So we were already alert 10. As soon as they shift, boom, we're in check 10 set. Where they were putting 12 at, that's exactly what they're trying to get. They're trying to go with the out and up. So we built that into the set early. I like to get the motions and the adjustments early in the script because I feel like on Wednesdays and Thursdays, the longer you get, if you got 32 plays in, if it's, some weeks you got 50 plays in that are alert checks. Once you start building those in, you got that many plays, it's better for us to go ahead and get a motion or a full formation adjust early in the script. That way, you have their attention early on, you build the confidence, and they know, all right, shit, if I just got a motion or a full formation trade on play 3, I know coach has built more in. I got to be on top of my game, even though it's Wednesday or Thursday. I got to stay locked in and focused because I don't know what's coming in the script. All right, third down scripts right here in Nevada. Nevada package for us is a third down package where we're getting to, our fastest 4 guys up there on the line of scrimmage, and they're pinning areas back and going. A lot of times it's our same D linemen. We'll send in 2, outside linebackers. We'll send a nickel into the game. However we want to personnel it that week. It also depends on who we're playing. Carrollton was a Big Ten personnel team for the most part, which allowed us to be as multiple as we wanted to. We could get into a 4-man. We could get into bringing D-line out, sending linebackers in for them. We were attacking with our speed. If they're not going to attach a tight end, we're going to pin our ears back and go after them. But we'll go through it. Trips nasty check right there. So we get trips nasty. We're going to check roll to it. All of our adjustments on the back half are by wide receivers alignments. I know a lot of people are doing that now, letting the secondary basically adjust it instead of calling from the sideline. It's been really good to us since 2018 at Colquitt when we started doing that and letting the back half adjust it. So their eyes are not to the sideline. They're keeping their eyes on their key. They see the splits. They've worked it all week. They know what to check and put us into. We'll keep our rules down there, running back motions out. We're going to stay roll. We already got the numbers. So now motion comes. We already have it built in. They know stay roll, stay roll. There's no need in freaking out, bailing out of the blitz and dropping into 8 and making an empty check. You get motion to it. It's got to be built in already on third down. One thing that we do that has helped us out a lot now is we'll create motions. Like we'll create fake motions. And we build that in throughout the week. This was not something that they did, but we went ahead and built it in because we wanted to be prepared for any kind of crazy shift to a 4x1 set. We want our guys to keep the pressure on, especially third down, keep the pressure on, let the coverage take care of itself. We already have the numbers over there because we're playing a roll coverage to it. Other situations that we work now, we'll work short yardage. We have it set where it's 3rd and 1. Now, if it's 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1, this is 4th and 1 right here. 4th and 1. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to make it as game-like as possible. So we got the chains out. Our guys are looking to the sideline. They're finding the chains. They're alerting, hey, watch the ball, watch the ball. We crank it down and get down in there tight in a 5-3 because of that A set. They got 2 tight ends in, and we'll hard count them. Even on a Wednesday and Thursday, we're still going to hard count our guys. We want them to know that it's coming. If we jump off sides, we'll go back and start play 1 of the script. We start the whole script over. If we get any dumb penalties on Wednesday or Thursdays, we get punted, we can bring the kid out, up, down them, and then we'll start the whole script over. We want them to feel as confident as possible Wednesday and Thursday. We want to have as perfect of a script as possible. Exxon sets right here. We're always going to build in the Exxon sets. You got the tight end, and 2 is on the line of scrimmage. So we'll throw these formations in at them. Even if we haven't seen them, we're still going to throw them into that script. That way they have to make the adjustment, get lined up to it, and they're anticipating. The big thing that we did with our corners, we see a lot of Exxon sets down here in South Georgia in our league we play in. We get a lot of people trying to out leverage. You get a lot of creative stuff. And then, you obviously get the copycats, what they saw on TV on Saturday and Sunday, they want to try it on Friday night. So we go ahead and build that in and try to get it ready. That way, when it happens, we already have our automatic check into it. A lot of times you get teams that do Exxon sets like this. They're going to do it one time, see how you line up to it. Yet they're going to have some kind of answer off of it, a big hitter, like try to slip sniffer down the seam or something off of that motion. They want to see how you adjust when you get the motion. First time, you're probably going to get jet sweep. You blow up jet sweep, they may come back to it and try the power or the pop pass. If you stop that, usually you get them out of it and they go back to, what they hang their hat on, what they spent all summer trying to be good at. Another trade here is third down check for us. All right, we always go through and talk about who the Fox player is on the fast screens. Talk about what coverage we're going to check into the boundary. We get those stacked receivers. We're going to check cloud. We get any kind of motion that's going to leave. We have to have an adjustment for it. All of our coverages are built in to where when we make a coverage call, it has a motion adjuster built into it. 7 check for us is palms. You get any motion, we're checking roll to it. So it doesn't matter what we get, where the motion goes, field boundary, we can still check roll to it. Try to make it as simple as we can for our guys. And the reason we want it to be simple is just so they play fast. Does it change week to week? Yeah, it'll change week to week. It depends on what your opponent's trying to do to you to hurt you. If we're playing a team that's a lot of vertical throws, we're going to try to stay away from roll because we want to put our backside safety in a position where he's turning his back, getting a seam coming from the boundary, and he's never seeing it. We're asking a corner to squeeze it, that's bailing out. You put yourself in a bind. So teams that try to, teams you see that do that and have success with it, build in your coverages on your motions and everything to where it takes away what they're good at, make them do something they're not good at. That's really it on the script. And we run through all that. When we get done at the end of it, that's when we go outside. So when we get done with the end, then we're going to head outside, and we head outside, we go through the same exact script. So now we're going to go through the same exact script. We get done with that script. We're done. And that's basically it for the night on that Thursday. And then Wednesday, it's the same exact script. I know I'm jumping around a lot, but Thursday and Wednesday are the same script for us. We're going to keep the same script. We're going to watch the same presentation on Friday. So we're going to go through and watch the same presentation on Friday when we get our walkthrough. And then we're going to head into we use the wrestling room here in Valdosta. We're going to go to the wrestling room. We're going to get in there. We're going to go through that script. Most of the time, what I like to do on Thursdays and Fridays is I like to get my coaches to be the main skill guys on all these diagrams you see. So it just makes it faster for us, because a lot of offenses now are tempo. Obviously, they're trying to get lined up as fast as they can, snap the ball. So it's harder to take a bunch of 14 to 18-year-olds and try to get them to where you create a game like speed on Thursday and even Friday doing a walkthrough. They're not going to be able to create it. It's just scout teams across the whole country. You're a scout player for a reason. So you're going to sit there and beat your head against the wall on Thursday and Friday because you're looking at the same guy who can't even get lined up and in your base defense, and you're trying to ask him over there to trade and create a motion or get lined up the way you want the sniffer to be set so that you can make a check with the front, whether you're getting power, counter, all that. It's just not going to happen. You're going to sit there and you're going to create yourself more headaches. So we use coaches. I'm usually the quarterback, or either my right-hand man's going to sit back there and be the quarterback. If I'm the quarterback, I can sit there and see and I can hear everything instead of having to stand behind them. But that's the way that we simulate and make it fast. We want that Wednesday, Thursday practice to be just as fast as possible so this is game-like. We work all of our substitutions on Wednesday and Thursday. You got to build it in and make it as game-like as possible. I'm going to pull up a script so that you can see how we do it. Here we go. We'll start right. We'll pull up right here. Can y'all see the screen, Coach?
Yes, we can.
Okay. All right. There we go. All right. So Thursday PTG script for us. And I basically just ran through it with you. I showed it to you on Huddle. All right. So a pre-practice meeting, that script I just showed you, that presentation, that's exactly what we're going to do with our guys. That's our pre-practice meeting, that presentation. We sit that presentation. Nobody's talking but our players. Our kids are making the checks. They're sitting there making all their calls, the alerts to what play's coming, making their alerts with, guard splits wide or light hand, getting a puller, all that. They're making all that in there. There's no coaches talking. We just rattle through that. When you get ready to make your script for that Wednesday, Thursday, and sometimes we change it from Wednesday, Thursday. It really just depends on how long that Wednesday script is. But when you script that game, you've got to make it as you have to. By Wednesday, Thursday, you usually have an idea of the flow of the game, how you think it's going to go. All right, well, we're playing, when we played Hoco, for example, Houston County out of Warner Robins area. When we played Hoco, we knew they were going to load up in some heavy sets. They were going to try to manage the clock, run the football, and they were going to try to count on their defense to keep the game close to the fourth quarter. That's what they've done there, as long as that staff had been there before the new staff was there. That previous staff, that was their game plan. They were really good at running the football. They're going to be physical, and they're trying to count on their defense to keep it close. So we knew going into it, hey, there's not going to be a lot of opportunities now to make plays, to make big plays. We may only get 4 defensive series in the first half. So, you're getting 4 defensive series, maybe 5 defensive series. It really depends on how our offense is moving the football. You got to be able to make a play in that, and in those 3 plays you're getting. We got to create something that's going to change the game. Create a turnover. What are we going to get in those? If we stone them the first 2 series, they're 3 and out, run the football. Well, now we've taken away what they do. What's their next answer? So we try to build in that script like that. And I stop the kids. I tell them, we'll run through 3 plays. We may simulate a 3 and out. But when we run 3 plays, 3 and out, they're going to sprint to the sideline. We're going to simulate everything just like Friday night. We're going to sprint to the sideline. We're going to sit it down in chairs that we have on the sideline. We'll have a TV set up. We'll have the iPad. We'll run through those 3 plays. I got a coach sitting there that's got me 2 minutes on the stopwatch. Boom, that's 2 minutes up. We sprint back out onto the field. The next series may be built in where it's an 8-play series. It's a long series. We're having to move down the field. They're having to look at the sticks. They're having to make all those adjustments. Then we win a play or we create a turnover. We got to get off the field. We may start our next series where it's nothing but, we simulate our offense throwing an interception. It's a short field. all right, what are they going to do on a sudden change? We already have everything, obviously from scouting opponents, we know, okay, sudden change, they take a shot. Or it may be a team where sudden change, they're going to try to run the football. They're going to try to pound you and try to, make you quit. They want to make you, they're going to pound it in your face until roll over, especially if they're winning. We try to build all that in. Every time they come to the sideline, head back out, I always tell them game situation. I think that is huge. You've got to pound it in your head, game situation, know the situation. We go back out that second series, I may tell them, hey, we're down by 3, or hey, we're down by 7. We got to get a stop. We need 3 and out right here. We got to get the ball back to our offense before, we're going at halftime. We always work our 4-minute defense. We'll work our 2-minute defense, but it's all built into where it's game-like situations. Work that 4-minute offense. A lot of times we do our 4-minute defense right before we simulate a halftime. So now we get a halftime, boom, they come to the side. Now we run 5 minutes. They're getting a quick little break, 5-minute break, and we head back out. Now we tell them, all right, here's the way we're going to start the second half. We're starting the second half, we're down. Or I may say, hey, we're starting the second half, we're up. So what are you about to expect? Because we're about to get shots, or we're about to get screens. All right. Well, now we spend our whole, first half of the script. Every third down, we work our 1 high coverage. We're playing cover 1 or playing cover 3 concepts. They know, all right, we come back out in third quarter. We've already talked about on the sideline. We come back out third quarter. We get into our first third down. We're going to look like 1 high. We're going to turn it into 2 high. As soon as we get indicator, we're buzzing into a 2 high look. Just to give a different look in the second half, try to create a turnover early, give a very different look, early on that first third down. That first third down, most offensive coordinators are going to come back to what they had that they held on to, whether it be, all right, their trips, 4 strong set, they run inside zone. Nobody covered number 3. 3 was running down the seam by himself, but they handed it off an inside zone. And most guys are not going to come back and call the same damn thing, because you're standing on the sideline as defensive guy. You see 3's wide ass open. So you're going to make an adjustment right now to cover 3, especially if you stop the run. So a lot of guys will hold on to that to start the second half. Now they start the second half, you got to have your adjuster in there. For us, when we got it first Lowndes County, they came out 4 strong, boom, ran inside zone, 3's run down the seam, wide ass open. I'm sitting there panicking. I'm like, shit, 3's wide open. We got to make an adjustment. But they come back out, they go 2 back, and they try to just pound the ball. Well, now that tells me, all right, well, this guy's holding on to this. He's waiting until he needs it. But the next time he comes out and trips 4 strong, we know what we're getting. Because they weren't a 10 personnel team. They were more of 11. So now they come back out in the second half, and we got exactly what we thought we were going to get. They went trips 4 strong. They throw it. Our safety went to Auburn, about took the receiver's head off coming down on him. If he'd been 1 step sooner, probably been a pick 6. But you got to build all those things in, and you got to anticipate it. You got to anticipate the flow of the game that you're going to get. You got to know your opponent, know the play caller, know your opponent as far as quarterback goes. Well, who's coming in? You knock quarterback's helmet off on third down. All right, you about to get a 4th and short. Well, all right, I'm about to get their jumbo package. So you got to build that in and understand. You got to let your kids understand it and know. When we got to the point this year where we would simulate stuff at practice. We had our opponents, our scout team would have the jersey number on of the opponents. We would simulate, okay, QB's helmet came off. Our guys are yelling right now, hey, watch the ball. We're going to get a hard count. We're going to get a hard count. Hey, jumbo, hippo. You build all that in, you start hearing your players say it. Now your players are in the same mindset you're in. They're thinking the way you're thinking, and it just helps with the whole flow of the game to get them in. Add your gimmicks and trips in, what can hurt you. We always add stuff into that Wednesday, Thursday script. We add things in that we think could hurt us. Teams that are true hard, 2-back teams with that sniffer, they got an athletic sniffer. They haven't used him any on play action with a pop pass at the seam. They haven't used him any on the zone slice pass yet. It's early in the season. They're holding that, or they're holding it for region play versus us. We go ahead and build that in with the gimmicks and tricks. We always go back and add in any troubles we've had. All right. So if we've had anything like early on, Warner Robbins got us on a T-wheel. They motioned to the field. When they motioned to the field, our corner bumped, and he bumped to the tight end. Nobody had the running back to run T-wheel out of the backfield as a touchdown. So we knew the adjustments supposed to be made. Our dog safety just messed up on. We could have stayed in the coverage we were in and been fine. We get the motion. He panicked, made an adjustment to the motion going to the field. It left us vulnerable to the boundary with the T-wheel. So we'll add in that. We added that in every week. Every week we added in that T-wheel out of the same set with the same motion, because it's a copycat league. You're going to get the same thing. We actually got the same exact play the next week from Westside Florida. Westside Florida comes up, ran the same exact play, and we were all over the top of it, ended up getting a sack. But I mean, you get a lot of guys out there that are going to copy. If you get hit on something, they're going to put it into their playbook, and they're going to run it at you. So don't fix it, on Sunday. Don't fix it on Sunday and never throw it at your kids again. You got to continue to throw it at them, because just in today's league, I mean, it's a copycat. You're going to see that same play. So add it in, even if it's something your opponent doesn't do, add it in. What can hurt you? All right. So out of the 2-back sets, if we start getting real aggressive and bringing down our safety and loading the box, we know what's coming. They're going to play action and the sniffer's going to pop up the pipe. So we're going to add that in. We're going to see if our safety is, being disciplined, or if he's been seeing run Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, he's been stopping power. Now, boom, we get a play action. All right. Sniffer pops up the scene. If his eyes aren't on it and he's coming down, going through the motions and stopping power, sniffer's going to be wide ass open. So we like to add it in. All right. We'll add in anything we think can hurt us. That way, those guys are seeing it. If it happens on Friday, like we would assume our opponent's looking at us, trying to find what's going to hurt us. Now we see it on Friday. They've already seen it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. They're prepared for it. You may not have any film to show them because the opponent may not have done it yet. All right. But if you've built it in and shown them and gone through the script with it, they're going to be prepared for it. You don't have to show them film on it. There's a lot of times, you play a team that's just, it doesn't matter if you roll the ball out and you don't even practice that week, you're going to go beat them. All right. So those weeks are the weeks that you really got to get creative with your Wednesday, Thursday script, because you got to add in things. You can look ahead. Look ahead. You're playing an opponent. You can go out there and smoke them. Add in things that your region championship game's going to be, or this is who we think we're going to match up with second, third round. It's going to be a real tough matchup. They're a true wing T team. Well, add it in. As long as you don't show the film, the guys aren't going to know. You get to Friday, they're going to come to the sideline, and say, Coach, we're not seeing any wing T. As long as you're tearing their ass up, and say, well, we're building it in. What's coming with wing T. But I think that's important. I think it's important to plan ahead, be prepared, and as much as you can steal time, weeks that you're going to have a lesser opponent, steal time. Add in things that you think can hurt you from from games you've got to get down the road.
Right.
Coach, that's really all I got. If anybody has any questions, I'll set up more as a Q&A for this.
Yeah, that's perfect. If anybody's got a question to ask Coach, and we'll send out your contact info to Coach. So if anybody want to reach out or anything like that, they can too, because a lot of people, like I said, are watching it on the replay. Yeah,
for sure. And I have templates for all this. So any templates or anything I can send anybody, just let me know, and I can share that with you, and you can pump it out to them. All of our practice templates are inclement weather templates.
Thanks a lot, Coach. Get back to your family, man. I appreciate it. Thank you.